Hello and welcome to Shoreline Music Monthly. My name is Mark Koschwitz. This is episode 68 in the little show that brings you the best in original songwriting talent from the Connecticut area. We are going to have a little later in the show, Cabinet of Curiosities is back. We are going to take a look at the history and origin of the melodica. It's not a very old innovation, and it strangely has at least something in common with Kleenex. So you got that to look forward to. But right now, even better than that, I am joined in the studio with the folks from Left on Scarlet Street. We're going to chat with them a little bit, get to know them, and then they're going to play some music for you. So it's well documented my horrible ability to remember and pronounce names. So I'm going to actually turn it over to the folks of Left on Scarlet Street to introduce themselves. Maybe you just want to, we'll start my left to right, and name and instrumentation type of thing. And
Sure. My name is Dave Russo. I play bass, and I'm the co-lead singer.
Welcome, Dave. My name is John Kiecki. I play drums, percussion, and I do not sing.
And I'm Pierre Sauret. I share the lead vocals with Dave. I play rhythm guitar.
And my name is Rob Marchese, and I play guitar and some harmonica and miscellaneous stringed instruments.
I like miscellaneous stringed instruments and harmonicas. Well, welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So you're all fairly local. I think I was talking to John about the breakdown. You're all from different towns, but all like right this area?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm from Clinton.
Oh, right on, brother. Me too.
Yeah, I also live in Clinton as well.
Oh, do you too?
Yeah.
Wow, half the band's from Clinton.
Yeah.
Guilford, Madison.
Guilford, Madison. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we got it going on.
Yeah.
So how long you guys been together as
I believe we started in 2014 as a band, correct?
I think, well, Rob and I have been
Yeah.
in a band together for longer than that, but this iteration of the band, I think, since 2000.
Dave and I are working on a reality show that's going to highlight the many ins and outs of the iterations of the different drummers and different guitar players and singers, and
with a companion book that you're going to write.
But we're settled in now, right?
Yeah. We have a nice lineup here. So
all right. Well, I heard you broke Moxie. We won't get into that, but so I get you guys played Cafe 9 with Frank, our first guest ever. I think that's how you became aware of us, I guess, or.
I actually, when Shoreline Music Monthly would post upcoming shows and so forth on Facebook, I think I reached out to you through seeing our name on the upcoming show list, which I thought was kind of neat. So I think that's how we got into it. Having played with Frank or sharing a stage with Frank that night, we didn't even realize the connection.
Really?
Yeah. So
cool.
until afterward. So.
Cool. Yeah. So by the way, just a reminder to the folks out there and to you, we do try to do that weekly. So whenever y'all play, if you don't see that we caught your stuff, feel free to send me a note or throw it in the comments, because we like to get provide the audience with as many local artists and options out there, because it's a vibrant music scene. It really is, for a bunch of little burgs that we live in.
Of my time destroyed by Kentucky, got lost somewhere in between. Stars are well oiled, dark machinery of night. The hollow-eyed losers smoke somewhere that's far out of sight. And Ginsberg, please tell me, where did you go? To Patterson or Newark, New Mexico. In the bell towers, spilling jazz down below. And in Ginsberg, please tell me, where did you go? Bless those in heaven whose dreams are so silver and white. An L train in the distance, running off to the Red River side. God bless all your love, your subterranean blues. God bless Blake and Buddha, and everyone with everything to lose. Ginsberg, please tell me, where did you go? To Patterson or Newark, New Mexico. Windham Bell Towers, spilling jazz down below. Allen Ginsberg, please tell me, where did you go? Ginsberg, please tell me, where did you go?
I honestly just was curious too, the origin of the name. Because I read your website and it's amusing, you know. It's probably, I don't know, these two might have wrote that one.
No, I did not.
That's all.
Is that the companion book?
But Rob and Dave could probably tell that story the best because they really have been playing together for many years, and they were the ones that really started that name. So I'll let you guys tell that story.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Well, we were in a band originally called Makeshift Flyer, and there's just, it's kind of arbitrary, the names that I come
You got
up
to be
with.
called something.
Yeah, we got to be called something, exactly. So, and then we were in a band called Scarlet Street, which again was just arbitrary. Everyone thinks the origin is from the Grateful Dead, which I love because that's probably my all-time favorite band. So. Scarlet Street, I guess, is somewhat reminiscent or indicative of the Grateful Dead. So we were in a band called Scarlet Street, and then that band did not pan out, and then Dave and I were sort of left on Scarlet Street, so to speak. So I guess, I don't know if it's I hate puns, so hopefully it's not a pun. It might be a pun, I don't know. But then these guys joined up, and that was just
punish.
I guess it does, but those who don't know the story don't know that it's punish. So
Right.
yeah.
So you folks play out a bit. If the audience here wanted to find out where you were, I mean, they could check the Facebook page of Shoreline Music Monthly, because we do a weekly, I guess, just weekend guide. But you all got some Facebook pages, websites.
Yeah,
what do we got?
There's a bunch of places you could find us. Dave put together a really nice website. It's leftonscarletstreet.com.
And it's very amusing to read.
It is.
Yeah, everybody should go.
Right now.
Especially the band bio
Fantastic
page.
pictures, bios,
As soon as this show's over.
You can also follow us on Facebook, Left on Scarlet Street, and we're at Left on Scarlet Street on Instagram as well. So any of those places are good places to figure out where we will be playing, and what's upcoming and what we'll be doing.
Now, they're going to be hearing some of your original music tonight, because that's what we showcase here. But if they come to see you all, they're going to also get the full Left on Scarlet Street feel, I guess, which is going to include some covers. And would there be some Grateful Dead in the mix there?
Yeah. We do. We try to do everything like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, a little bit of everything. But yeah, it's a lot of classic rock, and we try to throw in some, there's some Prince and Tears for Fears and Simple Minds, and we try to do some 80s stuff and some Pearl Jam 90s, and try to make everyone happy. So, yeah.
All right, so a lot of up-tempo kind of...
Yeah, we kind of read the room, and we sort of gauge, what people are doing, and if they want us to be background, then we'll be background, and we can play acoustically and kind of mellow out. And
that's a good skill to have, because there are bands that do not have that skill.
We try.
It really depends on the room and where we're playing and what we're aiming to do. Like when we're in New Haven, we're often playing many more original tunes.
Like the 9 or something.
Yeah, when we play
Stella
Cafe 9,
Blues
Stella Blues, we'll be playing almost exclusively original music.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when we play at like Lenny's in Branford, we're doing mostly acoustic. But do expect to see us plugged in. That's something that I think we do well.
I think the nice thing is that we have a lot of acoustic original songs and a lot of electric original songs, and same can be said for the covers as well. So
you've got options.
Yeah, we've got options. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Kentucky, on the coast. Hey, Kentucky, let me go. Take a smile away from here. Each year, each year. Hey, Kentucky. Hey, Kentucky, you tell me no lies. Hey, Kentucky,
Hello and welcome to Cabinet of Curiosities. In this episode, we are going to look at the melodica. It's a free reed aerophone, which means that sound is produced by air flowing over reeds mounted in a frame, typically by breath or bellows. Common examples, or more common examples of those would be for breath is a harmonica, an accordion with its bellows. It is comprised of a mouthpiece. Inside there is a wind chamber or air chamber, banks of reeds, and then, of course, the keyboard. You blow into the mouthpiece, and your breath fills the wind chamber, and if you don't do anything else, that's where it stays. But if you push a key on the keyboard, it opens a channel that allows air to then rush over a reed, sounding a note. Unlike the harmonica or accordion, though, there are no draw reeds, so no sound is produced when you inhale. Only on the exhale. And unlike the harmonica, with the keyboard at your disposal, you've got the full range of chords. They also, a lot of the modern ones actually come with a tube now that clicks on, and you could actually set it down in front of you and play it like almost like a piano. So let's take a look a little bit at the history. Free reed instruments have been around for thousands of years, but we are not going to bang the Sheng dead horse again. We're going to jump right to 1600s France for the Regal, which was not a free reed instrument, but did have its air was produced by bellows, and it did employ a keyboard. We get to the early 1800s. We have the panharmonicon. Oh, wait, wrong picture. Let me get that. Get better. Okay. Which actually used a mix of reeds, free reeds, pipes, flues, and even air-driven percussion to reproduce the full sound of an orchestra. So it was mechanically powered, but it did have a keyboard. It did employ some free reeds. Early 1800s, we have the harmonium, also known as the pump organ, which had foot-powered bellows to produce and did use free reeds and had a keyboard. Not exactly handheld. And then in the mid-1800s, we moved to the lap organ, actually invented in the northeast of the U.S. So it was handheld. There were bellows and a keyboard. Let's jump to France in the 1940s, where the accordina was being invented. It was handheld, breath-powered, but it had a button accordion style setup. About a decade later or so, in Germany, Hohner was developing what would actually become the modern-day melodica. Patented in 1964, I believe it was actually invented in 59. You'll see figure 3 looks pretty familiar. It was breath-powered, handheld, free reeds, and piano keyboard. But they could be rather unwieldy, and I don't think anyone's arms are quite long enough to be able to play the full 88 keys that would be on a piano keyboard. So it's typically broken up into pieces, 24 to 37 keys. Most popular probably being the soprano, which this is one here. There's also an alto, a tenor, and this little fella right here is a bass made by Suzuki. But that brings us to our next point, because the Suzuki is actually a melodeon. See, we're kind of in a Kleenex versus tissue situation here, because inventing the melodica, only a Hohner is actually a melodica. If it was made by Seidel, it's called a triola. Yamaha makes a pianica, and the Suzuki here is your melodeon. But they're all, it was maybe because it was first, but it kind of just adopted that term for a whole group of similar instruments, even though by different makes they actually have their own names as well. Composer Steve Reich gave the melodica a little bit of musical credibility when he actually composed a piece specifically for the melodica, imaginatively entitled Melodica, in 1966. It was also became very popular with Jamaican dub and reggae performers in the 70s. Most notably, Augustus Pablo and Peter Tosh used one on occasion as well. And recently, they seem to be gaining in popularity, where bands like Oasis, Cake, and REM have used them. Actually, I just saw a taping of the Wood Brothers at the Katharine Hepburn Center for Live at the Kate, and they put one to good use in there. It'll be airing on CPTV in the spring, I believe, so you could see it there. And if you'd like to see it sooner than that, and even more locally, our alumni, someone you could x-ray, has a young lady named Dana Newman who will play one for you most weekends in the area. So look them up, look her up, and she'll probably even let you take a peek at it if you like. All right, that's it for me. Just a little quick treetops on the melodica. Remember, if you can coax a sound out of something, you can probably play it. Remember, if you could coax a sound out of something, you could probably play it.
Candyman, he's living hand to mouth. He's selling all his sweetest stuff in a motel down south. He spends his days like he spends his nights, burning up his fuse. He's a prodigal son, he's on the run, he's got nothing left to lose. He understands his every psalm and he quotes the scriptures well. He brags of heaven every day, denies there is a hell. Ruminates on ancient texts, he's a genius in disguise. There's a great depression in his expression, there's a dust bowl in his eyes. Poor, poor Candyman, you're as old as Jericho. I recall when you were young, not so long ago. All your burdens, they are my own, unlike your majesty. Poor, poor Candyman, your life's a tragedy. Now he's moved to the sunny west coast, near the Hollywood sign. The FBI says to change his name when he crossed the state line. He takes for granted his handsome face and his children back at home. He's a pilgrim soul and he's far from home, he's gonna die alone. Poor, poor Candyman, you're as old as Jericho. And I recall when you were young, not so long ago. All your burdens, they are my own, unlike your majesty. Poor, poor Candyman, your life's a tragedy.
All right, thanks once again for watching Shoreline Music Monthly. Please get out there, see some of these folks. You are the local in the local music scene. I know it's getting a little chilly and it's dark out, but get out there, warm up, throw those lights on in the clubs. So we'll see you next month. Thanks a lot.